Blades, and I am here with Samantha Bennett. And Samantha Bennett is the creator of the Organized Artist Company, and she is dedicated to helping creative people get unstuck from whatever they're stuck, especially by helping them focus and move forward on their goals, which I think is awesome because I know for me, when I have these big goals, a lot of times it's so easy to get stuck in the overwhelm of them. First, I'm so excited to be talking to you, and I'm so excited to also have you as one of our fantastic speakers for the Fierce Leadership Summit coming up in March. So welcome, Samantha.
Thank you so much. I'm very excited about March. You've got an incredible lineup. Some of my favorite women are speaking at this conference.
Yes, I'm so excited about it. So can you tell us a little bit more about what it is that you do?
I can. I created the Organized Artist Company, I probably started doing the work about 15 years ago, just teaching workshops and stuff, because, I kept reading all these organizing books and business books about how to move forward and set your goals and be more effective with your time and all that. But, creative people don't care who's moved their cheese. It's not really our deal. And then there's all these creativity books out there, which are great, but a lot of them are about sort of spiritual healing through creativity or unleashing your inner creativity. And for those of us who are plenty unleashed already, thank you very much, how do we move forward? How do we go, like you said, from that state of having a great idea to immediately being completely overwhelmed by the great idea, and really, move forward in a way that makes sense for us and for our lives and really gets our work out there.
Awesome.
So I have a lot of exercises and a lot of strategies. Not so much like I've got some great way and you should do it my way, like you should do my incredible system. Mm-hmm. It's more that I have an incredible system to help you figure out what your incredible system is.
Oh, I love that.
Because that's the other thing in working with creatives is you're very weird. Yeah. You're very unique. You've got a very unique perspective on the world. You don't approach things the way everybody else does, and you need to move forward on your particular vision in your particular way.
Awesome. Yeah, I love that. So I love how you're kind of bringing together some of that creative left brain, right brain stuff, and you're also connecting it with some of the you need to actually get stuff done and move forward. It's not just all about kind of finding your spirit and unleashing that creative side.
Right, exactly. Yes, it's a lot of sort of hug, hug, kiss, kiss, thwack, thwack.
And that's a perfect combination, I think, especially for creatives to kind of get them moving so that we're able to go somewhere and do something with all this crazy stuff that's happening in our heads.
And it's very fierce.
Indeed.
It's very fierce. It's like I just actually got a sort of testimonial from somebody recently who said that I was like a mother lion grooming her cubs.
Ooh, that's awesome. I love that.
It's beautiful. But as I was thinking about fierce leadership and what that is, I thought that's really what that is, because, a mother lion grooming her cubs is not being violent. She's not being aggressive. She's attending to her darling babies. Mm-hmm. Would still never get in the middle of that.
Exactly.
You would never interrupt her. You would never tell her she was doing it wrong.
Right.
There's still a really fierce energy there, and that's that balance of deep compassion.
Okay, I love that.
Yeah, because our life is hard and complicated, and people can be difficult, and things happen, that we don't plan for or expect or want or deserve.
Right.
And so to really embrace ourselves and our lives and go, okay, this is not how I would have it be if I made all the rules, or this is not totally perfect, but it's what's happening. I'm going to have compassion for myself, compassion for the situation, compassion for the people I'm with, and also, but I'm not just going to sink into that and be complacent. I'm going to step up and exert my control in my area of control.
Awesome. Yeah, I love that. And I love that you bring up compassion and also just kind of being able to take all the circumstances, whether they're ideal or not, and work through those and figure out the best way to work through that. And you mentioned kind of helping creative figure out their own way. What does that look like? How do you get people to kind of tap into what will work best for them?
Well, one of the things, and I think I'm actually going to do this exercise at the summit, because one of the problems One of the things I see most often is people have 40 gabillion great ideas.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they don't know where to start. They don't know what they want. They like, maybe I should do that. Maybe I should do this. I used to do that. Maybe that's a good idea. Like crazy making.
Yeah.
So I have some exercises that have to do with discernment, which is not a word we use a lot, but I really want you to sift through all of your great ideas and really find the ones that really have the juice, that really have the energy, that really have some yumminess for you, and not just that you think you should do, or that you read about in a magazine, or that everybody's telling you should do.
Exactly.
Because all that should stuff, that's not going to work.
Yeah.
I can tell you right now, that's not going to happen. So I have some very simple strategies and techniques to help you figure out which ones really got the yumminess for you, and then to be able to move forward on that.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, and again, I love that, because I think bringing up the shoulds and the expectations, and a lot of times you just feel like, oh, well, everyone's doing these things, so I need to be doing something like that, and it just doesn't speak to you. Right,
exactly. If you are an elegant, old-fashioned, long-winded kind of a woman, Twitter is probably not for you. Feel free to leave that alone, know? Or maybe you want to try bringing a certain elegance and long-windedness to Twitter. I don't know. Maybe you can really make it work your way. But don't feel pressured to do the things that are not authentic to who you are. And that's another one of those balancing acts between wanting to stay authentic to the truth of who we are and yet not be unyielding or unbending or unwilling to try new things.
Right.
Or step out of our comfort.
Exactly. Yeah, I think it's all just a great balancing act between staying true to yourself, but then also being open enough to experience new things that are going to help you stay true to yourself.
And you've actually gotten to something that I've been thinking about a lot lately. And it's this, because I think sometimes we do that to ourselves. We think that things are either this way or that way, and we get stuck. And we really want things to stay the same. We want things to be comfortable and safe and secure and to know what we're dealing with and just not have anything change ever.
Exactly.
And we want things to be new and different and exciting and to challenge ourselves and to try all new stuff. And it's not that it's one or the other. It's that it's both. That both are true at the same time. So a really satisfying creative life comes from navigating this electrical field between these two ideas. So it's not just that we're shy and we're internal and we're reclusive, which a lot of creatives are. Most of them are very shy. Yeah. But we're also very gregarious and very fun, So it's not that we're one or the other, it's that we're both. And then an interesting life comes from, again, navigating the tension between those two things. Yeah, and it's so great that you put it that way, just navigating that tension. Because I think a lot of times you think about tension and you're trying to reduce tension and kind of get into flow and all that stuff. But as you mentioned, it's necessary and it's very helpful. Yeah, and the tension even between you and your goal, the tension between you and the thing you want. I just did a call about shadow goals. If you go to theorganizedartistcompany.com, you should be able to find the free webinar there about shadow goals. And, one of the ways I'll define a shadow goal is it's that not only are you not moving forward on it, it has a heaviness and a sadness and a stuckness to it. Right. There's some grief around it. There's some pain around it. Because some things we're not moving forward on, but it's just not the right time. We're like, I see you, goal over there. Or, we're taking baby steps. But those ones that make us just go, oh. Yeah. That kind, part of what's happened is that there's no longer any structural tension between us and it. Just feels, it's all gone into sadness. And so to sort of clear away some of those shadows, and sometimes it means saying goodbye to the goal entirely, sometimes it means finding the bit of it that you really do care about and want to work on. There's a lot of... Again, you figure out for you what it is that needs to happen. It's not like I know, because I don't know. But to notice those times when there isn't the tension. But tension gets a bad rap. Sexual tension, come on, that's fun. Artistic tension, creative tension. Chords are made through tension, right? Right? Yeah. Oh, I love it. Yeah, so again, super excited. I'm so excited to hear
all of this and find out so much more about how to just get really clear and move forward on my goals in my unique way.
Right, and it's super, I'm very super practical. Like, we'll talk some theory, and there'll be definitely a lot of nodding and smiling, and like, oh, yes, I think so too, which is great. I mean, that's fun to do at a conference. But one of the other things that I think happens sometimes at conferences is you walk away with a big notebook full of notes and no idea what to do next.
Exactly, and that's one of the things that I'm so excited to hear about you, is that happens to me all the time, where I'm, furiously scribbling notes, and then all of a sudden I get home and they, go on my desk forever.
Right, nothing changes. So I'm very into bringing some very practical tools where you can really make some decisions in the actual talk. While we're there live, you will move forward, or I will know the reason why.
Beautiful. Well, my last question is, what does fierce leadership mean to you?
To me, fierce leadership means showing up as truthfully and authentically and lovingly as you possibly can for everything.
Mm.
And sometimes that means you are the servant leader in front of the room.
Right.
Like if I'm giving a presentation, I'm the leader, but I'm the servant leader. I'm there for you to be in service to the group. Sometimes it's listening. Sometimes it's being a member of the group.
Right.
Sometimes it's modeling behavior for the children in our lives. Sometimes it's being gracious to the ungracious person at the post office or at the Target. I think it's about being able to really stand in the center of who you are without excuse or apology, and being willing to share the truth of that with the world. Mm. And there's a lot, there's a spiritual layer to that, there's a social layer to that, but for entrepreneurs, there's an important marketing element to that, which is that, when you are putting out a clear, authentic message about the truth of who you are and what you do and how you work and the results you provide, you become like the whistle only dogs can hear. People who vibe with you will find you. They'll hear those words. They'll see you in the crowd. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's interesting to me. Oh, I want to work with her. I like that person is saying over there. And the people who do not vibe with you will not find you, which is fine, because you don't like them.
You don't want them.
You don't want them. They do not call up your best self. You do not do your best work for them. Those are the people who make you tired, who don't pay you on time. Those are the people who make being an entrepreneur a nightmare.
Yeah.
So there's a personal benefit to it. There's a spiritual and social benefit to it, but there's a real financial benefit to being as fiercely yourself as you can be in your work.
Beautiful. I love it. Again, super excited. And where can we find out more about you?
You can find me at theorganizedartistcompany.com, all the way spelled out, because I'm a spell it all out for you kind of a girl. And you can join my list. You can get a bunch of free stuff. There's a ton of free audio and webinar on the site. You can find me on Facebook and Twitter at @orgartco, at ORGARTCO. I'm around. My name's Samantha Bennett, and my business is theorganizedartistcompany.com.
Fantastic. And if you want more of all of this yummy goodness that she's provided and those practical steps on how to get stuff done your way, definitely head over to the Fierce Leadership Summit, fierceleadershipsummit.com. You can go ahead and register, get your tickets, and we will be live March 25th, 2012 at the Davidson Conference Center on the campus of USC. So hope to see you all there. Samantha, again, thank you so much. This was great talking with you, and I'm so excited to hear everything that you have to say at the summit.
Thanks. Me too. I'm excited to see everybody there. Yay!
Yay! All right, thank you.